Yolanda, this is Gwen Walz. How are you?
I'm wonderful, First Lady. How are you?
I am great. I'm great. Thanks for taking time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When I got the message that you wanted to call in today, I was like, okay. I was excited.
Is that okay? I hope so.
Yes, I'm excited. Great. I'm excited to talk to you. Life has changed big time, huh?
For sure. For sure. Yes. It went from kind of making calls and knocking doors in Minnesota to traveling across this beautiful country and meeting people everywhere and being engaged in a different way in the national discussion.
I can imagine. Now, when Governor Walz got the call from Vice President Harris, how did that affect you and the family? I mean, did you really understand what was about to happen here and the possibility?
Well, right, as much as you possibly, as much as anyone can. We, of course, went through the vetting process and then just continued having those conversations. So we knew it was a possibility, but, one is never sure. We wanted VP Harris to be able to make the best choice she could to win the election, to choose someone who could help her win the election, and then to partner with her in governing. And so we were just so proud to be able to think about serving in that way. And I think a campaign gets you ready for the job ahead. So we've been doing a lot of getting ready.
I can imagine. I know crisscrossing the country and, the big day is, wow. Are you a little bit exhausted? Because, I've been following like crazy, and I'm very excited. Are you guys ready? Are you ready to? Yeah. I don't know about you, but I guess you can feel it. I see the possibility. I do. Yeah. I feel it.
Yeah. Yes. Yolanda, let me say this. I am in no ways tired.
Okay.
I ain't no ways tired. You know that one, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yes. No, we are so excited and energized by the opportunity to live our values and to serve in this way. And there is so much hope for a new way forward. And the stakes, of course, are very dire because the difference between what Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are compared, they couldn't be more distinct. Yeah. And we know who we are. We know what we are fighting for, right? And so to be able to be part of that ticket, we are excited. Now we are going to take a nap after the election.
I'm sure you will. And much deserved nap. Now, one of the things that I must say brought me to tears was the night of the convention. And we all saw your son. And the tears, and when he said, that's my dad. I'm going to tell you, the tears just started flowing for me because I was like, oh my God, how proud are you? Whichever way the election goes.
Right. That was a moment for all of us. And, so many people have just lifted Gus up. And I see shirts everywhere that say, I'm voting for Gus's dad. And, that is just so sweet. And it has restored my faith, in the way people have responded to both Gus and our family and to Tim. And that was very real. It was overwhelming to be in that, that beautiful auditorium with people having signs that said Coach and Walz and kind of coming together as a community to lift him up and then to get ready to lift Kamala up. And so, Gus responded to that, and we have always encouraged him to be true to his emotions and what he feels. And, it was a moment, and I'm proud that Gus, as a young man, feels like he can express his emotions and has his own voice, and that he's proud of his dad. And, it's not easy sometimes being in public service.
Right.
And so to hear Gus say that in that way, I think it meant so much to me, but it meant so much to Tim too. Tim was really, he responded in an emotional way too. I mean, as a parent, what more could you ever ask for than what Gus told his dad right there? That that was a moment.
It really, really was. Like I said, I'm sitting here watching it on the coast of Georgia, and my tears are just flowing because the emotion was there. You know, you guys remind me of this family when I look at your husband, that I would like to hang out. I like after school. Can I go over to the Walz's house? You know, can I have some cocoa over there? You guys give us that feeling and we miss that. I miss that.
Well, Yolanda, you come over after school because our house is the place to be.
Okay.
We want all the kids, all the neighborhood kids and family and friends, right? That's, the house everybody goes to after school and
Absolutely.
has, like you said, hot chocolate or whatever. I've always wanted to be that house because I love to get to meet our children's friends. And I value all of the diversity and all of the all of the kids in the neighborhood and all the families in the neighborhood. And, I think Kamala and Tim say it like this. They say they are, a president and vice president for all of us, for everyone. And that's an inclusive statement and home we've tried to build, and we've tried to welcome all of our friends and neighbors and be good friends and neighbors. So, I hope we have that chance. Hot chocolate. You're talking Minnesota.
Exactly. Now. It's cold there. It's cold.
Double marshmallows at my house.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm coming to your house for sure.
Okay.
One last question I do want. Education. I know you're an educator. And after the pandemic and myself working with kids at the Boys and Girls Club, our kids are lacking. What is something that you would love to bring to the White House that really could help, especially with education in our kids?
Tim and Kamala are both from middle-class families, right? So they have, and me too, my parents are both teachers. They've really benefited from education and education systems. So like the way we think about policy is how do we have places in policy that lift people up, that give people opportunity, that expand those opportunities and make it easier for people, not harder for people. And so I think we have to look at some of the things that we have in place around, both funding and public education. We put more money into education during the pandemic, and then that money has ended, and maybe some of that is still necessary to close gaps, to build communities, to talk about engagement, all of the issues that you probably see at the Boys and Girls Club that we are trying to do, right, both inside and outside the school. But that is going to take work because that experience was different for each child, and each child has some different places where they might need some support, and so do adults. And so that's a great investment. Whenever we are investing in education and children and building community, those are great investments.
Absolutely.
So that's what I will advocate for. They are not necessarily spending, they are investments, and there is a difference. Absolutely. So any day of the week, you talk to me about educational investments, and I'm going to be excited about that, and I'm going to advocate for that. And Tim and Kamala know that. They share that. And, I just want to say for all of your listeners, part of our education is participating in democracy. We have a really very specific and great way to participate in our democracy and have our voice, and that's by voting. Absolutely. And I hope everyone will get out there and vote and make their voice heard and participate in democracy in a very meaningful way. And if they're not sure where to go, iwillvote.com. I think your poll's open. I know your poll's open at 7 a.m. and they are open till 7 p.m. Go to iwillvote.com if you have any questions. And I think the values that Tim and Kamala bring to this about inclusion and opportunity and their experiences and the fights they have fought their entire lives make them great candidates to vote for. I've already voted for them, and that was very exciting. And Gus has already voted for him, and that was very exciting.
Okay, and I've already voted. I early voted as well.
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. First Lady Gwen Walz, I wish you guys the best. We're going to be praying and hoping, and it's time to move forward. It really is.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and we'll see you sometime for hot chocolate.
Absolutely. You have a blessed one.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.